Hey there, my friends. Another video on the road today. I'm heading to see my mom, and it's raining today. It's Wednesday. Today makes 7 weeks. 7 weeks. Been an interesting last week. Cravings have been about the same. I think. I say that because I've been nibbling a lot more. So maybe the cravings have been increased, and I'm not really thinking them as cravings and just reaching for snacks. Actually, I'm gluten intolerant. I don't have celiac disease. My daughter does, but I am gluten intolerant, and I've been eating gluten. So my wife is, we call her, she's a cookier. She has her own cookie business, and she had a bunch of cookies that she said she's going to throw out. So of course, only because she only sells very fresh stuff, right? It's got to be really, high. It's a high-end cookie. So if in her opinion that they're not fresh, they're not fresh, and that's that. To my untrained palate, they taste fine. So there's a couple tubs in our fridge with cookies slated to be tossed, and I said, just leave them for a while, hon. And so, you know what? I missed my cutoff here. There we go. Not paying attention. Anyways, I've been nibbling on these cookies. They're of course high carb because they're full of flour and sugar, and they're high gluten. And so I've been putting on a few pounds. I've gained 3 pounds since our last video. So, and I only noticed this morning. I think I told you in previous videos I'm all proud of myself. I've been snacking and not gaining weight. Well, it's happening. So I'm 201.56, something like that. So I got to get myself back under a couple 100 pounds, and then start working on getting down to where I really want to be, which is like in the mid 180s. Haven't been drinking. I think that's a given. I would have said that right off the bat. And I gotta find a way to control my snacking. In lieu of not drinking, I've been snacking, but I gotta find a way to minimize it. I guess I gotta find a lower carb snack than cookies. Well, I've been eating a little bit of peanuts. Actually, I've been eating less peanuts now that I think about it, because I've been eating more cookies. So I was doing all right on just the peanuts, like the ones in the shell. And I told you that was a bit of strategy there, because shelling the peanuts takes time. So I am eating less in a given amount of time than if I was just eating straight peanuts out of the bag that are shelled already and have no work involved in eating them. I just grab a handful and start chowing down. Now they're not too bad on the carbs, but because I was originally eating a lot of them, you do pack on the carbs, or pack in the carbs, and you pack on the weight. Anyways, so these are the things I'm wrestling with, like one addiction to another. But the food thing is not a biggie. I can deal with that. What I got to do, now that I think about it, is go to an addiction that's actually going to make me feel good, feel better, feel good. So that would be, if I could convince myself to get addicted to working out, that would solve all my problems, wouldn't it? Only in the perfect world. So, anyways, that's where I'm at. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking here, driving and thinking. Have some coffee. Yeah, so you guys know I'm in Southern Ontario, Canada. Don't hold it against me. I'm not a I'm not a Trump hater. Like a lot of Canadians that don't think right. You know, they blame. I don't want to get political in my videos, but I've been trying to. It's hard not to see what's going on, right? I mean, we're ran here by the liberals, which I guess are like the Democrats in the U.S. And we're the leader of our liberals is Mark Carney. You guys probably know him now too. I say you guys because I think most of my viewers are in the U.S. Um, and Mark Carney is what we call a globalist. So he's all about wealth for the elites, and us little guys who are working every day, doing our jobs, focusing on our work, right? Mine is real estate. Uh, you know, we just have to go along with what is mandated for us. The only time we really have a say is at voting time, and sadly, most Canadians voted for Liberals, which most of them are anti-Trump. I wish we had a leader like Trump here that actually cared about his people. That's my view, anyways. I'll go back to the other topic. I don't. I can go on for hours about it. I'm not doing that. But anyways, as you can see, I live in farm country, and so I do business out in the rural areas. I do go to my old city, which is Brampton, to do business because I have a lot of clients from there because I've been selling for just about 40 years now. And I'm always so happy to leave Brampton and come back out into these rural areas. It's very peaceful driving out here, as you can see. Tree-lined country roads and fields. It's beautiful. So, anyways, listen, I'm going to leave it at that. As far as actual cravings, I'll recap. As far as actual cravings, it's been lighter. It's been off and on. I really have it ingrained in my mind. See, this is really a game of mindset. I I've told. I think I've said this, and I'm going to say it again. Anyone that's important to me in my life, my family, my closest buddies, they're like my brothers. Know what I'm doing, and the idea of egg on my face is really off-putting to me. So I feel I've burned my bridges. I have to succeed. I have to keep going. The other night, I let myself daydream, and I started thinking about the glass of rye with Coke or Diet Coke, and my mouth almost started salivating, and I jumped out of my office chair and went, "What the hell am I doing? Allowing myself to go there?" So I quickly got up and grabbed some regular, but some Coke Zero. Threw a piece of lime in there. Went out to the garage, had a little puff, and I had to distract myself hard from that feeling of wanting a glass of rye and Coke pop. I did it. So I have to really grab a hold of my head, my thoughts, and distract myself from going down that path. I remember the exact same feeling a few months ago when I thought I'd give myself a little break, and I had that feeling, and I just let myself go, and next thing you know, I was pouring a nice stiff drink, and that was that. But I'm not doing that this time. I'm done with it, and that's what my mindset is. I'm done. So that's what you got to do. You just got to grab yourself and shake yourself and get distracted. Go get a snack. Go for a walk. Go have a puff on something. If you're a cigarette smoker, I don't know if having a cigarette would help you distract yourself from it. If the weather's good, I think going for a walk is really good. But anyway, so it hit me the other night. That was the worst one for the whole week. I feel good today. Been back at selling a little bit of real estate, so when that happens, I get really distracted with my job. I sold a couple houses out in Chatham, Kent area. I think I may have mentioned that before. Firmed up those deals last week. And now working on a couple other ones. One out in Guelph, one out in Bayview and Shepherd area, which is like the east side of Toronto, northeast of Toronto. Actually, it's still considered Toronto, yeah. But these distractions are great for me. So, yeah, if I was working at real estate hard every day, I would say I got this licked. But unfortunately, that's not realistic for a real estate agent. But doing deals, that is like constantly. The other big activity of a realtor is looking for business. So I could be prospecting, knocking on doors, stuff like that. But after 40 years, I'm not a big fan of that. In any case, I'm finding ways of coping. And if you guys throw down some comments, help me out with your input, and I'll help you out with my input. If you're enjoying this in any way, please throw a like on here. And if you'd like to be notified when I do some more, hit the subscribe button. That'd be amazing. So I'll leave it at that, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and a great week. Stay strong, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.